The Hyte Y70 Touch officially launched as of just 2 hours ago, and we are gonna get to build in this. I'm so excited for it. This is it's a gorgeous looking case, and we get to put some really good components in here. So I'm really happy with what this stream's gonna be today, with us building out this Y70 Touch. If you're interested in knowing the spec list and also where you can get the Y70 Touch, you can type !build. That'll be what you should type in order to get the info for that. There we go. Now we should be ready to start building, talk about the specs, everything that's going into this. I think. Just checking some stuff on the back end. Yep, we're good to go. So we have the Y70 Touch. This is the cornerstone of the build that's happening today. So this is very similar to the Y60, but a couple key improvements. Number one, a little bit bigger, so you have more room where we can fit both the Hydro 4090, which has a 360mm radiator, as well as a 360mm CPU cooler, whereas in the Y60, you can be a little more limited by that. But also, additionally, you have the 10-point multi-touch screen that's right up here that connects with Hyte's Nexus software, and it's roughly 4K quality, 1100 by 3840, 14.1 inches. Just an absolute big display right here that connects via DisplayPort 1.2. What a big boy. Exactly. So this is what everything is going to be going in, what everything's going to be featured in. I'm excited to check out the Y70, but we can go over the rest of the components, because this will be the last of our Cannonball giveaways. So we have quite a few components that we color match to put in here, because Hyte sent us over the white version of the Y70 Touch, which gives us a black inside that's going to be complemented really nicely by the rest of these components. They do have a snow white version, which changes out the black internals for a white powder coat on some of the internal points. But that's going to, the way we have it, it's going to look really good with the Hydro 4090 from Galax. This thing is, it's kind of a short 4090, like a regular Founders Edition PCB almost, and then it comes with a 360mm radiator that we're going to hook up, and that's going to be matched on the CPU with this Corsair H150i RGB Elite. I don't believe this has RGB fans, which is good because neither does the GPU, so I wanted to keep that kind of visually similar. And we're going to be building all of this. Switch the cameras. Hopefully that worked. In the all-new Z790 from Gigabyte, this Aorus that supports 14th gen right out of the box, which most of the Intel motherboards do, but the key difference is the PCB on this is actually white. So this is a new trend that Gigabyte seems to be doing with their motherboards, and I like it. I'm excited by this. I'm ready to build. And we're going to be partnering up that 4090 with the 14700K. 20 cores. I'm not sure how many threads it turns out to be. It's a lot. This is the increased version over the 13700K. We're getting a hefty CPU right here that's going to be matched really well with that 4090. We've got the Dominator Titanium RAM from Corsair, DDR5. I believe this is 7200. Yeah, DDR5 7200. But again, this is the new titanium design, which just, this entire design scheme really works together. Power supply, we went Super Flower, LEEDX Platinum, 80 plus Platinum, so very efficient, but also in white cables. And then just to make sure that the power supply cable on the 4090 matches, we also have an easy DIY adapter. Oh, and then lastly, we have the crucial T700 2TB PCI Express Gen 5 SSD. That'll go on that motherboard. It's an entire build. It's very high-end. I'm not keeping it. I don't need it. I get to look at the Y70 Touch, play around with it, interact with it, enjoy it, and then ship it off to one of you guys. So that's the plan right now. Get this built. And then after we build the Y70 Touch, we actually have another PC build that we're going to be doing with another set of components that are launching today. So Y70 Touch is up first. Shout out to Hyte for sending this to us beforehand so that we could have this on launch day and be able to do a build. So we'll go ahead and get started on this. I have the Y60 and I love it, but now I really want that Y70. Yeah. Yeah, Hyte's done a couple good upgrades on the Y70 Touch that I think a lot of people were asking for in the Y60. They just made everything a little bit more spacious, giving you a little bit more room to do a whole lot, and then that touchscreen is definitely a nice improvement as well. So we're going to start off with the Z790 Aorus, what is it called, Pro X? I really like this design. I like what Aorus is doing here. I want more color schemes like this. I'm glad that they also launched this in AMD flavors recently, so that's pleasant. But let's get the 14700K installed, shall we? I need a knife. I need a knife. Brett and Hyte really spoiling us. Yeah. Good stuff coming through. Also, thanks to Galax for sending over the 4090 Hydro. I saw the announcement for that, and I was like, I really have to have this. And then they sent it to us for one of the Cannonball giveaways. So we got the 14700K here. The biggest upgrade in 14th gen. Get this installed. We'll match the GPU perfectly. Yeah, I think everything in this system kind of really came together in a nice way. Oopsies. Whoops. That's done. Are Gen 3 drives still valid for higher end builds? Yeah, they can be. Honestly, you're not experiencing too many gaming focused improvements when you go from Gen 3 to Gen 4. And then kind of even less when you go from Gen 4 to Gen 5. Part of that is because, you know, we still don't have things rolled out like direct storage implementations that are as robust as they could be in some video games. I think that narrative is going to change once we do start having more direct storage straight from the GPU compression and decompression on the SSDs, and that's going to allow us to take more full advantage of PCI Express 4 and 5. But for right now, like, your load times are going to be roughly the same on 3.0 as they are on 5.0. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this RAM installed. Dominator Titanium. There's just been so many good components that have been launching lately that I internally have gone, I have to have this. And then that is the first time I've ever done that. I broke it. Not the RAM, just the... Whoops. We'll be okay. I'll install the RAM carefully. But you can tell this is high-end because they got plastic protecting. Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. Socks. Oh, look at the titanium. What the duck? But it's thermoplastic? No, it's not. That was Kyler playing around. He can play around later. Oh my gosh, that is some tall RAM. That comes off the board quite high. Look at that. It's even higher than the I/O shroud. Wow. All right, let's get the next one in. I've said this for like every component you've shown us, but I'm gonna say it again. That's gorgeous. I think I did a good job picking out the parts. I was given the Y70 Touch, and I was given the 4090 Hydro, and I was like, I'm gonna make sure that this PC lives up to both of those components. Dominator Titanium. Gorgeous. So, now I'm about to show you one of my favorite things that Gigabyte's done on the Aorus Pro. Obviously, the color scheme, first and foremost. But they have also gone above and beyond when it comes to the convenience and practicality of this motherboard. If you notice, there are two sections here. There is the big old PCI Express 5.0 M.2 heatsink. This is where I'm going to install the T700 Pro. But then down here, typically this is a heatsink block for more SSDs. And it still is here, but it's always screwed down and it's multiple screws everywhere. Gigabyte, this is the first I've seen of a motherboard doing it, has a quick release for this entire section. So this also hosts the Wi-Fi down here. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 more SSD slots. And then you have all of the cooling right here. And it just simply locks in place on these little standoffs over here. And then you just make sure that this quick release is done. Gigabyte has made this so much easier. So much easier. Love it. You, my boy Blue, thank you so much for the fitty bitties. I really appreciate it. So let's get this crucial T700 SSD out. Gen 5, 12,400 megabytes per second. Gorgeous. We won't see this because it'll be under the heatsink, so the color didn't need to match on the SSD. Do need to peel off the heatsink or the thermal pad. Plastic. It's been these small improvements in PC builds in the last like 2-3 years, just like these little latches for the SSD install. You're not fiddling around with tiny M.2 screws anymore. Making sure that the thermal pads are pre-installed. And then also having an extra big standoff so that when the GPU is installed, my finger can actually press down and make it so that I can detach my GPU. Sorry, I missed the intro. Which MOBO is this? Z790 Aorus Pro X. But if you have any questions on any of the specs, as always, you can type !build, and that'll have the specs listed out for you, and you can see exactly what we're using in the PC. I dropped that. Whoops. That one's coming off. And then we also... I remember back when I heard about the first M.2 latch, and it blew my mind that it hadn't been done before. So simple, but so helpful and nice. Yeah, and now you're starting to find them on essentially all high-end motherboards. And some mid-tier ones. It's kind of like backup cameras. I really hope it just becomes the standard. Like, you can't You shouldn't be shipping motherboards without it. Oof, I love this design. It's a game changer as I struggle with my fat fingers. It was a lot more of a problem before I had my LTTstore.com screwdriver, because like dropping the screws was always a pain in the butt, but now that I have the extra strong magnets on this, it makes it a lot easier. All right, that's done. I should probably get the mounting for the CPU cooler set up. And at some point, we will start getting into the actual case, which I'm excited for. The white looks like the old style PCB. What do you mean old style? All right. Do a little cleaning, make sure everything's ready to go. I agree, Tim. Very beautiful build. I'm just going to put all this in the motherboard box. I don't know if it'll all fit in the motherboard box. Does the SoC cover block in extra M.2 slots just make surface-to-surface contact with an SoC heat spreader? None of this is an SoC, but it has heat spreaders. It's a heat block with thermal pads, so it'll make contact with whatever you're doing. There's no SoC under here. There is the chipset under here, though. Which is actually even under that block, but that's not. The chipset's right here. You can see there's no thermal pad there. It doesn't really need it. Typically, chipsets don't get that hot. You see it under the chipset that's under there. How do I want to place all these? Will that work? I did it. Got it all in there. Is it true that console gaming is killing PC gaming? No. PC gaming's as strong as it's ever been. And in fact, getting stronger. So I don't... That's just fear-mongering clickbait. Which I also do, so, you know. So chipset fan on a Mobo is an extra expense that's not needed? No, so that's the only chipsets that needed a fan were AMD's X570, because what happened was AMD was working with a company called ASMedia to produce all of their chipset chips. And then for the X570, they went, well, we're just going to do this ourselves. And they couldn't do it as well as ASMedia, so they ran hotter than they were supposed to, so AMD had to put a fan on it. But you notice there was a refresh for X570S, and then also, you know, the X670 and B650s, all of those haven't required it because there's been changes. It was a bad thing that AMD required a fan on the X570, and was something that hasn't happened in years. It was because AMD couldn't get ASMedia to make their X570 chipsets for whatever reason. All right, mounting block. We need Intel hardware. Backplate. 1700. console games are not optimized. Most games run at 30 FPS on PS5 and Series X. That's just straight up a lie. That's not true at all. Most games are optimized for console because that's the biggest market for game developers. And a lot of recent games do run at 60 FPS, if not 120 in some instances. You reckon SLI would be worth it on the 40 series? SLI doesn't exist anymore. SLI died 3-4 years ago. And not in a nobody does it way, but NVIDIA physically canceled it. Where do you people get your propaganda? The internet, same as everybody else. Just getting this back plate for the CPU cooler installed so that way it's ready to go once this is put into the case. I don't know which side's supposed to go into the motherboard socket. So is there a point to having two 4090s? If you're asking that question, then there is not for you. There are very specific niche use cases where having two GPUs that are not connected via SLI can actually be a performance enhancement. But if you're not sure that that is the case for what you need, then it's not the case. Thumb nuts. It makes it seem like it doesn't matter, but they are slightly different. The Y70 like the Y60 but with a touchscreen built in? No, because you can get a touchscreen you can get a screen for the Y60. It is a different case. It's a beefier case overall. You'll see. Oh, dang, that's a nice Mobo. I agree. I've not heard of the Y70. Yeah, it just launched 2 hours ago. 2 hours, 15 minutes ago. It's brand new. I feel like I'm not doing this right. Okay, we're essentially done with this part of it. Motherboard's done. It's got RAM, CPU, SSD, ready to be installed. So let's go ahead and prep this case. Y70 Touch. Let's get this top off. I really like the... Reese, what would you call this type of design?
Almost like Art Deco.
I like the Art Deco, as Reese calls it. And we're going to learn this case together because I am going to be building in it for the first time. So I've got a lot to discover about how this works. You see this back panel right here. Nice design as well. Alright, it looks like this front glass has to be unscrewed, so likely doesn't need to come out. But what we can see is all of the cabling for, let me switch to the overhead cam. You see down there, the cabling for, let's see if I can get this to focus. Come on. See the USB-C power and the mini DisplayPort cable coming out of the touchscreen, coming out over here and then back here, and then being amongst all of these cables as well. So we've got a lot to work with here. It's a dual chamber design, so you get to put the power supply and have a lot of cable management happen back here, hiding. And it looks like it has these little rubber sections for cable management so that you can keep all of your cables nice and aligned as they're happening back there. Oh, okay. I was trying to find where the front screen went to, and it looks like your GPU comes out here, like your DisplayPort cable will come out and then over into here, and that's where you plug it in, and then you got everything else. Looks like SATA power with a USB 2.0 header, which is what is connected to the front section. Yeah, this is a very robust cable management section back here. Also, very good case if you wanted to add some hard drive storage. So that's what they have right here. That's what these plates are. If you look, it says storage, and it should be as simple as undoing these thumb screws. And then you get your hard drive little caddy that can slot in and out. So if you wanted to add a couple of hidden SSDs, or not SSDs, hard drives that go in the back, this could be the case for you to do that. And there's a little platform right here for the power supply to be installed, which honestly we can go ahead and do. There's no reason to wait on doing that right now. This little piece of foam is just to protect the riser extension, which, like, one of the nice things I like about what Hyte's done with their designs is the PCI Express riser that they have for the GPU is color matched to the case and actually has some sort of aesthetic design behind it, which is really appreciated. All right, so we can go ahead and take out this riser. No, we'll work on that later. I'll go ahead and install the power supply now. And we've got this Superflower LeadX 1000 watt. Don't know where I put. There it is. What's up, Wicked Twister? How you doing? Good morning, Sherman. How you doing? Hey, Reese, can you close out OBS on my computer? Thank you. So Superflower is a power supply brand that I have used for ages. They do a lot of the OEM designs for some of your favorite power supplies that have come from the likes of EVGA and otherwise, and these were the primary power supplies I would get in South Africa. So a lot of love for Superflower, and this 1000-watt Platinum is going to deliver everything we need for that 4090 and that 14700K. Looking forward to it. Is this pre-recorded? Yes, Sonamuse, it is. Okay, so it looks like this adapter that we're using for the 4090 requires 3 8 pins. Y70 is a chunky boy. It's got a lot to work with. All right, so we need 24 pin. We do need a SATA power for the front display. So we'll keep one of those out. Three 8 pins for the graphics card. 2 8 pins for the motherboard. I don't believe we need any Molex connectors. I don't like that in 2023 I still have to question whether or not I do, though. Everyone needs Molex. I would like to be done. Brett would like to be done with Molex if possible. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Normally I watch you on my phone. Today I have you on my desktop, and it's like, you're here! Yeah! This is a big case. This is a lot to work with. There is plenty of room for cable management back here. I am not worried about fitting our cables or even managing them, because this power supply is going to install. I do have to move this though. This is getting in the way. Power supply is going to install right here, and then look at all this room for activities. There is nothing blocking my hand here. There's no hard drive cage in the way. We're going to get all of this done really well. I am missing... Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm supposed to be doing school right now. Well, then go do school. Don't be here. We don't support that here. Take care of your responsibilities first, and then have fun. Isn't that right, Reese?
Yep.
There's literally nothing wrong with Molex. There are many things wrong with Molex. Number one, it is just a bad connector for plugging things in. It is trash. It is, the pins move when you try to install them. Also, there's not any sort of sensing to determine whether or not it should turn off, and so it catches on fire pretty easily. Molex is a frustrating situation.
I am genuinely shocked that someone's defending Molex.
Somebody's up here defending Molex. Molex is a bad connector. Cam's boxing up a shipment while listening audio only. Okay. How's the audio only experience, Cam? Different than the visual component? No, Shodan! Shodan's got COVID. Oh. I'm sorry, friend. That's rough. Molex is a junk connector, but it was the best we used to have. Yeah, no, I'm not discounting the fact that Molex was at one point necessary. I just don't like being in 2023 and still being like, did I buy something that needs Molex? Did I mess up? Did I not get the right thing? Because it's only going to be legacy stuff that requires the Molex. Shodan says, never had it before, can't confirm it sucks. Oh, that sucks, man. Got some nice cables coming off this Super power supply. I said what I said. I got a GPU support from V1 Tech, and it's great quality in every way, but the one thing I didn't like was the Molex connector. There it is. They just show up. They pop up. You think you're done with Molex, and then, nope, surprise! Bad connector time. And so power supply manufacturers still have to include them. Stream was successfully derailed with Molex. Now build a Molex Centipede. I don't have enough Molex connections to do that. And it would be raw and wriggling and moving around, and I don't want that for today's build. I want clean and beautiful. That's what I'm going for. Molex Centipede does not achieve that. What's up, Zeepo? Welcome. Okay. Whew. This has gone really smoothly so far. A lot of room to just kind of make everything work. And now we can move on to the installing the rest of the situation. So we could install, I guess one of the things I have to figure out is, no, it's pretty much decided. I was gonna say where to put the 360 rad for the GPU and where to put the 360 rad for the CPU, but the GPU is gonna be vertically mounted down here, so the tubes coming off and the rad being here makes the most sense, and then the CPU block's gonna be here, and then just putting the rad up here makes sense, as opposed to putting the CPU over here and then like GPUing it up here. I'm not even sure how long the cables are. It's gonna be simpler if I GPU here, CPU here. That's gonna make more sense in my book. That's the plan. D. Weil says, Brett, I love your videos. Good luck with the build. Thanks so much, friend. Appreciate it. I want to build my first PC soon. How do I know where to plug in the front USB and power cables? Couple of ways. Watch a lot of tutorials. It's one of the trickiest things to physically show in a video. But your motherboard manual is definitely going to have it. A lot of times, depending on the quality of motherboard and what level you're buying, it will have it labeled for you. So if you look, I can easily show you on this board. So what we have, you can see these are labeled USB 1, USB 2. Reverse what I just said, but you get the idea. Then you have something up here this is for USB 3. And then this is for USB Type-C. And then you see down here is where all of the power button and connections reside. So you see top left is power LED, and then to the right of that is power switch. Bottom left is the hard drive LED, and then below that is, or to the right of that, is the reset switch. So it's going to be labeled very typically. Manuals, watching other people do it, that's going to be your best way to know. What's this stream for? Build it in the Hyte Y70 Touch. And this will be our next giveaway PC. This is what I'm building. If you type !giveaway on Twitch, I don't think I changed it on YouTube. I think if you type it on Twitch, you'll find the how to enter into that, so you can win this PC that we're building right now. Is there 420 AIO support? It doesn't look like it to me. Maybe. Here, let me grab a 140 mil fan. I don't have the manual on me. Let me check. I'll grab the box. So Hyte includes a why we made this on the side of the box. A new build should feel new. The computer aesthetic for so future. 3 is a crowd, 4 slots a party. Tactile blue switch returns the favor when you turn it on. Waifu ready with 10-finger multi-touch support.
It doesn't actually say that.
It does. It literally says waifu ready with 10-finger, not 10-point, 10-finger multi-touch support.
It does say that on the box.
Touch, sweet touch. You've almost convinced me I'm real. In quotes.
Is that part of the software experience?
They do like the waifu anime like case designs. All right. So let me answer the question somebody asked, not whether or not it had 10-finger waifu support. Let's see, fan support. You get 3 120s or 2 140s. Yeah, so it's not 420. It is only 280. For the side, it's a 360. For the top, it's a 360. For the rear, it's a 120 or a 140. And then for the bottom, you can also do a 360 down there. Ten-finger waifu support. Hyte. I guess I know your target market now. Reed's case box demonetized. Ah! What does that even mean, 10-finger? I don't know. Typically, so the way it says it right here on the physical case, 10-point multi-touch. That is the way it's always been technically described, because it can support up to 10 points of multi-touch input at once. And that's the way I've always heard it called. But Hyte, in their box marketing, says waifu ready with 10-finger multi-touch support. Touch, sweet touch. You've almost convinced me I'm real. That is on the box. I'm not making any of this up. No, Logica's bad. Bad. I know Hyte started this, but bad. Reese, did you read that? You read it? Bad. They know their market demographic. I don't think that needs to be the case for the Y70 Touch. I actually really didn't think I had to go that route. You know, at least they're doing something with their marketing, though. They're taking chances. No, no, bad Kawaro, bad. No. Come on, guys. Let's get this out of here for right now. Let's go ahead and get this motherboard installed. I'm gonna use all 10 of my fingers for this one.
Really?
I'm gonna 10-finger this install so well. You're gonna wish I didn't 10-finger it so much. Why is that the marketing? All right, yeah, oh, this is gonna look so sweet. Heck yes. Oh, I need to take that out anyways because where the riser was going, it's going to be one slot too high. It needs to be slightly lower. Good. There's so much space. Why is Cam gone? Somebody banned Cam? Cloak Ghost? What color is the GPU? I hope it's white. Here's the thing, my friend. You don't have to hope. Type exclamation point build and you get to see what the parts list is. Ooh, so Hyte includes these nice little hook and loop straps. Shoe Tech, you think you're funny? Thankfully, Automod got you, and I'm not gonna undo that. Okay, so Hyte does also include a very short DisplayPort cable for the touchscreen, so you're gonna be able to run from the GPU over here. That'll save me some biscuits.
You just subbed?
Galaxy
I love
GPUs
you
are usually
too.
white. That is incorrect. That is just factually not correct. Thank you, Devil Dog, for the tier 1 sub. 22 pieces for the Mobo, 5 pieces for the power supply, and 9 pieces for the hard drive. I like this, Hyte. This is good. All right, telling me, because you know what happens? I just open the bags of screws, and then I'm like, is this supposed to be the motherboard one? And I start screwing, and then it doesn't work, and then I'm like, oops, I opened the wrong bag. Because it's so hard to tell the depth and threading on these tiny screws that it's a guessing game for me, and I like when it's labeled. Is there going to be an in-person collab with LTT? I mean, there was back at LTX. But that was it. You're very welcome. Thank you for being a staple of my daily viewing. Devil Dog, I appreciate you. Also, I don't know why I'm using my hot new screwdriver when I have the prototype right over there. So is the cable to connect the case screen hidden in the case? Yeah, so I showed it earlier. There's 2 cables. There's a power cable and a display cable that are running, and you can see them. It's these right here. They go to the back, and then back here, there's a display port in that you'll connect to your GPU, and then that'll allow you to display on this front screen, which is a 4K, I think, kind of I don't know what aspect ratio this is, but I think it's 32:9, if I had to guess. Reese, can you find out what aspect ratio 1100 by 3840 is? Don't scratch the prototype. I'm gonna.
Look at those pixels again.
1100 by 3840. Here, watch this. Scratched. see Jay's 2 cents is dropping his personal X3D rig and going with 14900K after dealing with the instability over the last few months. I didn't see that. What X3D did he have? Did he have the 7950 X3D? Because I believe it.
It's a wacky.
It's
192 by 55 kind of.
192 by 55. Goodness. Okay. What would 3840 and 32 by 9 be?
3840 and what?
No, you have to figure that out.
I didn't hear the rest of the.
I need a 32 by 9 aspect ratio where the first number is 3840. I think it was the 7950 X3D. Yeah, that people kind of went after me in my review of the 7950 X3D. It's just complicated. It's not an easy setup.
You said 32 by 9, right?
Yeah.
That's 3840 by 1080. So.
Oh, so it has 20 more pixels.
Yeah.
So it is a 32. It's essentially 32 by 9.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a super ultra wide. Good. Can you vertical mount the GPU? Yeah, Hyte basically expects you to, because all of these PCI Express slots are half height. And that's HEIGHT, not like the name of the company. The full-length PCI Express slots are all for the vertical mount right here. There we go. All right, we're good. That's looking good. All right, I think we should do CPU cooler. Get that installed right up in there. Be a good situation. Apparently he has to keep dropping RAM clock speeds to get it to boot. I don't think the 7950 X3D is ready for mainstream. I think that is a like even just beyond enthusiast level chip. Like you have to have a specific niche use case for the dual CCD X3D chips. Yes, the front of this case does have a screen, a 10-finger touchscreen. They made me say it. All right, so we're gonna put that in there like this. And then we're gonna install this right there in that. Then we're gonna keep the fans on the inside. Fans go on the inside. Didn't they make an AMD version of this motherboard? They announced it on Friday. It's not out yet, so I'm not planning anything yet. So let's go like that. So cables need to go that way. What's up, Skilty? How you doing? It's asbestos in my ceiling. I like asbestos. Tastes good. It's spicy filling. It's like violent marshmallow. Isn't that right, Kyler? It's your favorite juice? I've seen Kyler try to juice asbestos before. It's a fun time. Yeah? It helps him work as best as he can. Please, somebody ban Doug the Gamer Dad. That one hurt me. My touchscreen's not loose. My touchscreen's in there. It's working. Actually, I don't know that it's working. I haven't built this PC yet. We're gonna find out. It's Spade. You had multiple attempts. Still didn't get there, but you got the spirit. I knew what you meant. Brett celebrates Asbestivus for the rest of us around the holidays. Boo. Boo. That one's worse than Doug the Gamer Dad because it makes even less sense. That's like such a niche joke. And it's not even a good niche joke at that. Oh, Black Ops. The touchscreen is not a separate device. It is a touchscreen monitor that is built into the case. Joke was more for me than you. Yeah, I felt that. Is it 30 or 60 hertz? It doesn't say. I can't imagine it's not 60. If it is 30, I think that's fine, but I really am gonna guess it's 60. Also, there's like words all around saying feel me, peel me, touch me, feel me, peel me, touch me. I'm not making this up, Reese. Come look. Use your eyes.
Oh, I saw it.
60 hertz on the website? Yeah. I haven't heard of a 30 hertz display in forever. A 30 hertz display? Yeah.
A single one. It's been like 50 hertz minimum.
Well, that's because you're a freak on British electricity.
No, I'm saying like screens have been like a 50 hertz minimum roughly for the last couple of decades.
Yeah. Wait, it doesn't want you to lick it? It doesn't explicitly say it. That's good to know. I'm telling HR, yeah, Black Ops, I'm feeling like this case has got an agenda with me that I'm not 100% sure I'm in on. Good. We didn't like hers anyways. Come look at it in person.
I mean, I have seen it.
Yeah. It's so pretty. It is.
Oh, I'm jealous of that motherboard a lot.
It's so nice.
That's an Oris board?
Yeah, so that's brand new. Brand new. They
gonna
announced
say,
Z790.
I didn't think they made...
And then on Friday, when I was talking with Reese about why I didn't go AMD for this build, they announced their AMD versions of this motherboard. They're not out yet, but they announced them. No ITX. I've already.
I was going to say.
I
But
know.
also, it's probably only AM5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a USB-C port?
Where?
On the inside? Where? Right there?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. Power.
Okay. Interesting.
Options. Reasons. Cool. Don't worry, Kyler. You'll be able to 10-finger touch this case when I ask you to do the cable management.
Ooh, I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna put your fingers all over it. Ooh. I'm gonna go here. Ah! They have two different sections for you to be able to install the fans, so you can do it a little further out or a little closer, depending on what you want. And my voice is a little further out because I'm not standing in front of the microphone anymore. Is the Cricket coming out to play? I don't think we have any Cricket plans for it right now, but that it can be on the list of things we will work on, potentially. Just haven't thought about it. Wanted to enjoy this case in all of its natural beauty, all of its 10-finger beauty. Need to see how you cable manage this thing. My Y60 is a damn near rat's nest. There is definitely more room in this case than the Y60, so I think we will have a slight easier time. But also, Kyler's really good at it. What do you think of the 5900X CPU? Looking to upgrade without upgrading platform? Is there a reason why you wouldn't go 5950X then? Because if you need the 12 cores, you probably also could use 16 cores. And it's now old enough in generation that I don't think it's going to cost that much more to get the 5950X. How do I put my waifu in there? Right here. We could like green screen Reese doing a 15-minute TikTok dance. And like it could be vertically displayed right here. The 5950X is not available. Oh yeah, then the 5900X is fine. Can't get the 5950X, but you need 12 cores, then, or you need a high core count CPU. There you go. Need a 10 keyless board so you can properly use this case? Why is that? Are you saying that people who have waifus tend to have 60% keyboards? Because I'm pretty sure that Venn diagram is a circle.
Don't say that.
Have you never felt so called out before in your life?
Don't say that.
You know it's true.
Don't say that.
I
Yep.
think they're saying that their desk is small.
Oh, well, you put the computer on the floor. Oh, to free up your fingers. Ah, whack. I'm a Linux distro maintainer and need the core to compile code. I think you know what you need. I'm here to say you're validated in thinking that you need it. Go for it. No, they weren't saying that it's trying to take up too much room. The joke was, it's a 10 keyless board so that your fingers are free for other things. But also, I stand by my stereotype.
Valid.
It is valid. Oh, we're coming together. I probably shouldn't say that in relation to this situation. This case has made me re-question how I'm supposed to be phrasing things. All right, graphics card time. Yeah, the 10 fingers are needed for the PC case. I got it now. I'm tracking the Kraken. Nope. All right, moving on. Let's open this computer kit part. Reese, aren't you glad you stayed here in America to witness this in person?
Witness this.
You would have been on a plane.
I would have still been on a plane.
Shouts out to Keegan taking one for the team. Let's see that GPU. I'm excited. I've had this box for since we got back from the Cannonball. I have not opened it. I've been patient. My 10 fingers have been busy elsewhere. No, let's see the GPU. GeForce RTX. With the guys. Sample test report. It did good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me look at the setup guide. Oh, this is just a normal graphics card setup guide. All right. Oh, she pretty. Oh, this is everything I dreamed it would be. Oh, baby. So if it's a 10-finger touchscreen, how many waifus can be on the screen at once?
Non-waifu privileges revoked.
Your waifu privileges have been revoked by Reese. I hope you're happy with yourself. What's up, Foggy Jim? Stinky Phil, how you doing? Oh, this is so good! So pretty! This build is everything I was imagining.
I need to have a look at this thing myself. Oh my goodness.
Look at this graphics card. That's an RTX 4090 right there, buddy.
Wow, I like that.
That's not a graphics card.
That's no one.
Go home.
That's a.
Go away.
I can't think of
You're
the
done.
code.
It's so pretty!
Yeah, that's clean.
I'm now realizing that I probably should have installed the CPU cooler. Just finished that off.
This build almost seems like you're missing your white gloves.
Oh yeah, but that's not who I am.
Beekeeper gloves?
Oh, give me the beekeeper gloves. I want to keep the bees on this PC. Yeah, this is definitely either a white or black glove experience, where it's like you're really treasuring it up. This is more UFD Tech vibes. Beekeeper gloves. We're gonna handle this with the utmost care. Galax is no longer hard to get in the US. Some of them are. But Galax now sells directly on Amazon. Which is a nice little change in the last few months. Alright, I'm going to install this CPU cooler. This just makes everything harder! I lose all dexterity now. GPU is so sexy. Where'd you get it from? Galax directly. They sent it as part of the giveaway package for the Cannonball. And I was like, I would love to give away the graphics card. Oops. But I would love even more to give it away in a PC that like really, that really earns this GPU. And when Hyte was like, hey, we want to send you the Y70 Touch, I was like, yes, this is the perfect situation. The Y70 Touch and the Galax Hydro, match made in heaven. With all of this waifu talk, everything is getting harder. My eyes did it. Beekeeper gloves, minus 10 dexterity. You're not joking, man. This is harder. This is way more difficult. Alright, give me screws.
Thanks for the prime sub.
Where's the screws? I can't do this. I can't. Not these tiny screws for the radiator. Can't do it. Oh, prime sub from Jason Heff. Thank you so much for the 6 months. I'll glove high five for you. Alright, don't judge me. This PC build's not done yet. We're still orchestrating the situation. Ah. Okay. I can't see what I'm doing. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall.
You just subbed? I love you too.
We want that rotated. that. There's the screws. I do like that I don't have to do any cable management for the radiator in this Jeep. Thank you. Skilty, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Black Ops, thank you for farting our way into our second hype train of the day. Yeehaw. Can't like physically grab this. Hey Reese, can I get your fingers? Can we 20 finger this up? I need you to slide the radiator over for me to line up the screw holes
because or?
Yeah, from that side.
Alright, cool.
So slide it to your left.
My left.
Just slightly. More. A little less. Thank you, Black Ops. Wasn't embarrassing for me, I'll tell you what. All right, now the bottom, can you slide to your right just a little bit? A little bit more? A little bit more? 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 There we go. All right, that's what I need. Thank you.
Go. Got it.
Thank you. Oh, level 1 hype train. Why does your shirt look like a billboard? Because it is for all of the sponsors of our Cannonball events. Which you'll notice Hyte is on the back of this one.
You know what I want you to give to me. You know how much I want it from you. You know what I want you to give to me. You know how much I want it from you.
You just subbed? I love you too.
Thank you, Hefe the Boss, for gifting 1 tier 1 sub. Moving our hype train along to level 2. Been away for like 30 minutes. How are you so close to being done? It's like you do this for a living or something. I also am okay with breaking things. And so far, I have broken everything. Also, Sonamuse, I know how to 10-finger PCs real nice. Which, that doesn't make sense to you because you were gone for the last 30 minutes. So I'll clue you in on what's going on here. On the box for this Hyte Y70 Touch, Hyte includes the language. A new build should feel new. The computer aesthetic so future. 3's a crowd, 4 slots a party. Tactile blue switch returns the favor when you turn it on. I didn't catch that one the first time.
Me too.
But now that I know what they're going for, that one's a little bit more suggestive the second time around. Sonamuse, you ready for this? This PC is waifu ready with 10-finger multi-touch support. Then in quotes, it says, touch, sweet touch. You've almost convinced me I'm real. And then you'll notice in the border, there are words around saying, touch me, feel me, peel me, touch me, feel me, peel me. Peel me, feel me, touch me. What? Sonamuse says, that's one hell of a feature. I think I'll go with this case for my next build. Yep, this is waifu ready. Yep, it's 10-finger touch, friends. Where she go? Where'd she go again? I can't do it. Know your customers. That's definitely what they've done. They know who's buying this. People like Reese. This is a Reese's PCs if I've ever seen one.
Aesthetic wise, yeah.
Feature set wise too. It's got everything Reese needs. Why struggle? There it is. That case is good. Yeah, I like it. Finally a case enough to make my VTuber themed PC. I think that's kind of the target market Hyte's aiming for here, is definitely the...
Actually have a VTuber PC.
They do have a VTuber PC. Hyte doesn't shy away from that. Definitely is. I saw a VTuber themed PC at LTX and a Y70. I think I pointed it out to you. Oh yeah, we have a clip of it. It was at Hyte's booth. Thank you all for the Hyte train. Glad we got that sorted, taken care of. Oh, Mr. DBN, thank you for the Prime sub. Alright, so this is a 2-slot GPU. Atomic Punk, thank you for the 250 biddies. Yeah, because it's the first game with native DLSS 3.5 integration. What's up, Zero Faith? How you doing? Gotta peel off the PCI Express riser slot. Oh, I shouldn't do any of this until the bottom cable manages is done. This is bad moves if I gotta start plugging stuff in. Fill it with mineral oil, right? You know it. Of course. Did you say Sound Blaster? Good. This is the story of the front panel. Nice. I like the front panel that's easy to plug in. Good moves, Hyte. Yeah, keep whispering so I can't hear you. I like it. I like not being included in conversations.
Making noise.
Not interrupting me. Nobody can hear you. They can barely hear you.
We're just talking about the Alan Wake 2 tech demo that just dropped.
Yeah, I know, and then I can't hear the juicy gossip.
We're just talking about
Spill the tea!
our Alan Wake experience, and I'm really excited for Alan Wake 2. Because I played the original on Xbox 360 back in, it had to have been 2010.
My brain still says that was the last generation. 360 is the last one.
And then I remember playing it, loving it, getting super into the story, getting into the lore, loving the soundtrack. Because they had like hidden details in the soundtrack that like spilled secrets in the game.
Oh. Okay, I've done all the front cable management. Now I can plug in graphics card. Left behind.
Left behind, that's the solar.
Touchscreen only uses a USB 2 header, right? For power, it uses a USB and a SATA for power, and then the display is done via DisplayPort. So Hyte includes a small little DisplayPort cable to go from your graphics card into the display. I mean, I'm still building the case, Reese. Who's doing that? I don't know. Who could have control of the soundboard? I really like how they have a really nice, robust bottom cable management section on this. Makes a lot of stuff very easy. I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to chat. You have to come around front to see it.
I was trying to see what you have something down there.
I'd be looking. Oh, this is the hard drive storage?
Yeah,
Weird.
but
It's
nice.
Very cool with the.
Yeah.
It's not in the way anywhere.
I like that it's labeled storage on the outside.
I'm liking this design so much.
Yeah, all of us came together real nice like.
That is also a massive power supply.
It's only 1,000, but it's 80 plus gold.
Superflower is still one of my favorites.
That might be nostalgia from South Africa.
It is. But they are also good. The only problem with this particular power supply is that it doesn't have the ATX 3.0 connector, so I have to use an adapter. I can't just do it straight from the power supply. And I wish I could.
Is that why you were yelling about Molex earlier?
No, I was
talking about adapters.
I was yelling about Molex because somebody in chat said Molex was a good connector.
Yeah, that's a garbage take.
Yeah, it's one of the worst things I've ever read. Oh, the new Hyte case. You know it, Mark Spark. We're building it. What's the purpose of the white chamber behind the motherboard? For the power supply. For space. For cable management. Oh, hard drive. I did already talk about that, so I was a little confused. That's my bad. What are you doing, Kyler? Are you doing 11.25 hot dogs? Don't toss the dogs. Yeah, these are hard drive bays. But then when they're not, it's just the Hyte logo, which is nice. I'm eating hot dogs. Hello guys, my name is Kyler and I be eating hot dogs. How many gigabytes of RAM? 32. If you want to know the specs of the build, you can type !build and you'll get pushed to see all of the parts that we're using. Alright, I need to figure out how we plug in this CPU cooler. Because this is what Corsair includes. Okay, so this plugs into the CPU cooler, and then this is a squid.
Squid?
Come look at it. It's a single USB-C connector that goes into the CPU cooler for power and everything. And then it squids everything else. I don't like that this is black when the rest of the design is white. Yeah. It's very frustrating. Yes, it is just a Y60 with the screen. No, it's not. This is bigger. This is a bigger case. Because you can get a Y60 with the screen. This is actually a different case. I don't know you, my boy Blue. You would have to, like, read the numbered specs on the internet. I don't have an answer for that, unfortunately. Alright, Kyler, you want to come do the cable management up on her and that, and then... Oh, there's space underneath for me to do the... Oh! That's where you put the fans at the bottom.
What?
Under.
How do you
I could install 120 mils of fans down here.
how do you get them down there?
Under there.
How do you get them under there?
Under where?
Where?
Kyler! What are you doing? Alright, I messed up and I didn't install one of the USB headers, so I gotta try to do that. I think I have to take the graphics card out. I can't see.
Alright. Hey, big toy.
I did not. I had to throw it out. It was hard as a rock on Sunday. And you know how hard he gets. He goes real hard. Dwayne the Hard Rock Johnson. Drain this one. Nope. Alright. Nope. I actually kind of like that we did all of our festivities last week, and we still get an extra week with Reese. But it's a low-key week. We're not running hither, dither.
I prefer that because I can actually focus on getting all my stuff ready.
Oh, you want to go to Dave & Buster's?
Dave & Buster's Monday.
Buster's Monday? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's what you want?
Guys,
We can do
Reese
Buster's
is here.
Monday for sure.
Then we keep Reese there until 30 minutes before he has
Guys, Reese is here.
Ooh, that's smart. Reese, that would be very satisfying for you, right?
I would physically collapse.
Yeah, we just keep making you do the giant,
Hungry hippos?
Well, we're on the same page there.
Yeah, I was sore the next day. That took a lot of physical effort to play Hungry Hippos. I had no idea. I am missing a power connector that I'm trying to find. Yeah, that goes there. Now where's the power cable? What is better in your opinion, AMD CPU or Intel CPU? It depends on what you need it for. There's no one answer. It depends on your use cases and your decisions. Where? I'm missing a SATA power. Okay. Where'd that go? Oh, there it is. Found you. Found you, you little rascal. "12-hour stream of Hungry Hippos." Oh, you know it. We're so hungry, we're gonna keep hungrying these hippos until Dave & Buster's kicks us out. The angle messes up the horizontal. Corky Cube, you have not said one positive thing since you've gotten into this chat, my guy. It's also a water-cooled GPU, so the 4090 is not gonna run hotter at all. I'm gonna ask that you say something nice. Why not mounting the 360mm on top? I am.
Yes.
I am, T-Rex. All right, Kyler, you're up. Everything's plugged in. You just got to plug it in right.
on left.
No, definitely not that. Why not 360mm on top? Because it is on top.
There's two.
There's two of them.
Everybody thinks they're so smart.
So it's got cables managers down here.
Interesting.
And then you got all the space to work with.
Okay, this is interesting. And they got the like
Little rubber or silicone little gaskets.
this
This is nice.
This is a premium case.
No wonder I can't get it. It's not out yet. It came out today. You can get it. type !build. And in that doc, you'll see a link to the PC case. And you can buy it. From Hyte directly. Read my email.
What do we got here?
Which GPU is this? Type !build, and you will get all of the specs.
Who's Bill?
Build. I build you.
Buildy? Buildies? What is this? What is this?
That is
Front panel stuff?
no, front display stuff.
Oh, right.
Yes. So it goes. One of them is power. One's a Molex power, and then or SATA power rather. Sorry, and then the other goes to a DisplayPort connector right down here. So
The USB-C?
not quite.
Well, what?
It doesn't matter what it is up there because it goes and does back.
Well,
things
yeah,
back
I'm just
here.
trying to understand where.
It goes into multiple cables back here.
Well, all I'm saying.
I can show you.
Oh, that's a. Okay. I'm just trying to.
I can show you the world.
Okay, yeah.
So this cable comes down here and then splits to go to a USB 2.0 header and a SATA power.
Okay.
And then this guy goes to the display port that's down back here.
So
It-
oh.
yes.
So you chain. Okay.
Yep, and they include a small little cable for you to do that.
Interesting. Okay.
Is there room for a PCI capture card behind the vertical mount? Yep. Yep. You got 2 free slots. Molex, he said the things. You guys have me all quirked up.
Gross.
I'm saying all the wrong things because you've got Molex on my brain.
So is this okay? This is for the pump. So the pump is just daisy chained to all the fans.
So, let me show you. So, up front, it's a USB-C cable that's coming out of the top.
Yes.
That's going to the back.
Yep.
Into the triple daisy chain,
The octopus.
the squid, to a SATA power, to a USB 2.0 header that I've already plugged in, and then also to a fan header that you have to plug in. So 6 cables out of
I
that
have to plug
USB-C.
in? So
Everything's already plugged in.
Okay.
So if you're gonna manage it, you just need to unplug it and replug it. That's it.
Right. Okay.
Everything's already managed or plugged in.
See, I may have to take out the GPU.
That's fine. Everything's already set.
Cool.
So you just take it out and put it back in.
I'll take.
Oh, you're gonna stub it out? Thank you, Scarfo.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say that the stubby was the easiest choice.
GPU tube should not be at the bottom because that is... Actually, wait, they should be at the bottom. Wait, should they?
What?
I don't know where the pump is. That's part of the problem. Because if the... I'm not 100% sure. I think it's fine the way it is. I think that comes down to personal preference, and if you don't like the way it looks, you can change it if you win it.
Come on, doggy. Get a dog.
Still installing everything, sorry.
Yeah, you don't need to. You just have to lift it straight up because you're running into these little silicone bumpers or rubbing, and if you just go, well, okay, you didn't. You've already messed with it, so the latch relatched. There you go. And now- What did you do? Oh yeah, you confangled it. Ugh. There you go.
Woo.
Corky Cube, I'm not listening to you anymore. You've been very negative this entire time.
Just let us like things.
What I'm gathering from Corky Cube.
Uh-oh.
All right, first time I'm seeing him in chat. Maybe he's been around before. He's trying to justify why his case is superior, and so he's being very negative about this case so that he can feel better about his torrent. You don't need to crap on things to enjoy your things.
I'm sure your GPU is awesome. I'm sure your gamer is.
I'm sure your PC's lovely.
I'm sure your
This one is too.
You're gaming like your best self. All the time.
How many times will you remove the GPU? As many times as is necessary.
Yeah, what, you never took out a GPU a couple times?
It is a water-cooled GPU, yes. If you want to know the specs of the build, type !build. The AIO is not upside down, but thank you. People.
Are these YouTube people coming in?
It's both. It's both. We're getting a lot of crank yankers up in here.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't like to yank a crank every now and then?
No, that's not fair to Corky Cube because that was the sixth negative thing he said in a row. Also, he wasn't the first person to bring it up. We can rotate things in a nicer way, though. Now that I'm looking at it.
What are you thinking?
I'm gonna do it while you're commandeering all these cables.
All right.
Got ideas.
You just subbed?
100% sure what you're doing.
I love you too.
You don't need to.
Well, I might, because I am tying things back here to keep them out of the way for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So
And you know what I'll do?
you're just gonna yank it.
I'm gonna yank it. Thanks, Luna Celestial. No. No. Oh, I broke it. Getting the tubes out of the way of the RAM.
How would you ram the tubes together?
Ten-finger touch, kind of.
10-finger touch. So why is everybody talking about waifus so much? Just the idea of putting the waifu on the touchscreen?
Waifu ready with 10-finger multi-touch support.
Never mind, sorry.
Stop
Didn't
it.
read the box. Didn't read the box.
Touch!
My bad.
Sweet touch! You've almost convinced me I'm real. Tactile blue switch returns the favor when you turn it on.
What? When you turn it on?
Yeah, it's a.
Does the power button have a tactile?
It has a blue switch.
Where you at? Ooh.
You turned it on, it turned you on.
Yeah.
Return the favor.
You said ooh. Did you hit your glasses?
Yes, I did. I'm stealing USB.
What's wrong with two dudes just building a computer?
Yeah, no, it's the fact that you're both doing it at the same time that throws me off.
Nothing's wrong with this. 20-finger touch.
20-finger touch.
The touchscreen can only support 10s of them.
But we're pushing it past.
We're going even further beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that does clear that from the RAM, so now the RAM says Dominator and not
Omniator.
Tur.
This case is absolutely fascinating.
Is this the 3.0 header?
Nope.
No. Oh, 2.0 header?
There you go.
That's what I meant to say. What is this? Where do you go? Where do you go?
Started.
Ah, I see.
Was that a DBZ reference? No, that's impossible.
Stealing this.
What?
Stealing it.
That was the one thing I didn't touch.
Well, you touched everything else around it, and I need to move it to hide the cable now.
No. There are so many different shades of white.
I don't really think that matters too much.
People are going to complain.
I think you're complaining.
Nope. I'm pointing out something that people are going to complain about.
That's weird. I'm kind of jealous of those features.
That's actually really cool. I didn't think this feature would be
This is like the last thing that I would have wanted to move.
Well, it is the last thing that you're moving.
Technically, everything's the last thing as it's happening.
Yeah, I just mean down there. I don't like that scratching you're doing.
I'm just ruining it.
Good.
There we go. Come on. Come on, Barbie. Let's go, Barbie.
Barbie. Do you need an extra 10-finger?
No. It's almost there. Almost got it.
Almost got it.
Almost got it. There we go.
Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up.
Thanks, Scarfo. I'm pretty sure that's a straight up copyright infringement.
Yeah. To be fair, I think the Burger King thing is too.
Oh, yeah. What the heck's a 10-finger discount? That's not even a real thing.
10-finger discount? It's when you steal something.
It's a 5-finger discount.
It's when you steal something wholeheartedly.
Right!
Got this guy going down there now. Got these guys going over. I don't like that. I don't like how that's happening. Things are about to start getting unplugged.
Are you sure that's you went from CPU to CPU?
Yes.
Okay.
I plugged it exactly in the
Same place?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? That just seems like a waste of effort.
You're right. Just gonna jimmy everything around these little cables. Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. Wrestle with Jim.
Please don't.
Might have to though.
Don't wrestle Jimmy. Not on stream. That's how that comes out.
Wrestle with Jimmy. i9 should be faster than i7. That's why they are more expensive.
Thank you. Howdy ho, neighborino.
Yup.
Fancy seeing you back here, Kyler.
Uh-huh.
Look at us.
I don't know how I got here.
Two dudes.
Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here.
I'm not. I don't really care. What, Reese?
What?
What?
I didn't say anything.
You did. You talked.
I heard nothing come out of his mouth.
You did. It came out of his mouth.
Gross.
Come on. It said 10 fingers, not 20? Yeah, but Kyler and I got 20 fingers
I'm
put
missing
together.
10 fingers.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
so-
Brett has all of his.
Okay. You're very dexterous then.
My name's not Dexter.
Reese's Puffs. Can I plug in the graphics card?
Not yet. I don't trust it.
I'm gonna do it, and then we're gonna unplug it.
All right.
That's what I'm going for.
I hate the way this looks.
What?
Why do you hate it?
Although I guess it will be blocked by the screen. Just the way the tubes curl.
Why'd you put them on the bottom?
People were complaining. Rightfully so. As I thought about it more, where the air bubbles were going to be was in a place where it was going to cause noise.
Well, what you could do, put that one on the top. If
Yes.
you're worried about this being weird.
Right, but then I know, I've already considered that. The problem is, then this would have to cross over and go down, and then we'd cover the ramp. So this is bad, but preferred. It's looking pretty good. Where are these? We're right here.
What?
I found them. Found these.
What's... I don't understand what you're saying. These?
So,
Would you guys mind working on that over there? The cable managed it very tightly. He pulled the cable so tight.
Well, I'm not.
They were pulled so tight. It's the
I
tightest.
told
pull.
you not to plug it in yet.
Doesn't mean you didn't tighten the cables. They're so tight. All right, we're good. We're in. So weird to watch them build it with without any snap cuts. You mean like where
Jump
people
cuts.
make it seem like they're really good at it by hiding all of their struggle? You're done, brother. This is how you test a PC. You plug everything in. You close it up.
Cable manage it.
Cable
Then
man-
you turn it on for the first time.
And then you turn it on for the first time. Kyler knows.
That's how we do it.
It's the right way. There's the right way, the wrong way, and the max power way.
And I still don't know who Max is. But one thing's for sure. My boy got that dog.
Aren't you from Africa? No, I'm American. Why would you have ever thought that?
Yeah, how?
No. How
What
silly
could've-
of a question.
What could have led you to that conclusion?
I don't know. Do I sound like I'm from South Africa? You know what? I'm just going to use the main display to test it.
That's interesting.
Let's just see that it turns on. We should go straight to the BIOS. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, you're just testing it while I'm...
Yeah, don't unplug nothing. Very minimal RGB. I like it. Peel me, touch me, feel me. What'd you do?
I could have pulled on something.
Oh, don't do that. I don't think that's what happened. I think it's just going through initial.
It's just thinking.
It just be being a computer. Yeah, it's doing memory loading right now.
Did anybody else's parents
No
say
signal,
that
so-
at some point? And teachers and stuff with computers?
What?
Like if the cursor turned into the loading hourglass or something, they would go, "Oh, it's thinking. Let it think."
It is thinking. The RAM is turning different colors.
It's trying to figure out which one is its favorite.
Oh, there's the Oris BIOS screen sideways. Look at that. Look at that BIOS.
Screen's on.
You can't really see it. Ooh, what in the heck?
It's super ultra wide. It's 32:9, and
So it's like-
it's the vertical orientation.
Oh, and it has the
The feel me, peel me, touch
Yeah.
me.
oh goodness. That everything about that feels strange.
Oh, I can do it. Look at me go. Let's turn on XMP. Boom. Did it. Save and exit. Yes.
Whoa.
Ha!
I think we're set up back here. It looks pretty good.
I just overclocked the memory
With your finger.
with my finger. I could do 10 finger. I could 10 finger that touchscreen. Waifu ready with 10 finger multi-touch support. That's what it says right there. I know you can't read, but I promise you, that's what it says on the box.
I don't believe you.
How much is that case? Type exclamation point build. You'll get directed to Hyte's website where you can find that answer out.
So cool. This is the biggest bird, right?
Cause I got the 10 finger discount on it. I don't have to do nothing. And I'm not gonna.
Hard on it.
Okay, we can show it. All right, Kyler wants you to see his hard work. Is everybody ready? You ready to see the biggest bird?
I'm the biggest bird. I'm the biggest bird.
Look at this Y70 touch. All that room up in there.
You just subbed? I love you too.
Nothing is competing for space in there.
Not at all.
That's great.
You're totally fine. And
P-Funk Apocalypse, thank for the
5 gifted subs.
You just subbed?
Thank you, Pete Funk
I love you
Apocalypse.
too.
So that's the back side. And then that's the front side. You've only got RGB on the
You just subbed?
motherboard,
I love you
the
too.
CPU cooler, and the RAM.
That RAM looks so good. Oh my goodness.
I can't ignore
You
what?
just
Something
subbed?
wrong?
I love you
The Lord
too.
Elder's message.
Oh, I didn't see it. Sorry.
Oh, you gotta
I gotta read it.
just read aloud without thinking about it.
I love your vids because
just
your
subbed?
eyes are.
I love you too.
That's aggressive, dude. Please don't eat my eyeballs. I don't consent.
HTC, I'm gonna
Feast your eyeballs on this build, though.
yell at
Look at that. Oh.
you. Look at that. That thing's on. It is just a self-contained. You could game on that side panel.
You could do a super ultra wide vertical situation to game. You do Minecraft and it's just you. It's just
is so cool.
But no, you could have two different. You could have TikTok here.
Oh, yeah, stop touching
sorry.
it. It's a touch screen.
Sorry, I forgot. You could have TikTok right here and then YouTube Shorts down here.
Please swipe and scroll.
Yeah.
Yep, that's good. Resizable bar. I gotta turn that on. Of course we need resizable bar on. Oh, instant 6 gigahertz. That's turned on. Let's do that. Oh, it's got unleash. I don't know. I'm scared. All right, let's restart with resizable bar. Yes.
That is such a cool system.
This is a weirdly shaped piece of foam.
Weirdly shaped what now?
Piece of foam. Kind of looks like it's a little angry guy going like this and he's holding a knife.
Oh, it's to hold when they're shipping it. It's to hold the PCI Express riser in.
Looks like a little guy holding a knife.
I'm trying to find our Windows boot USB, but I can't.
Is it in one of those?
It may. I don't think so. I think I had it over on the other set.
Would you like assistance finding this?
Nope.
Okay. Hot dogs.
I smell them.
Coffee.
Well, I was going to go ahead and install Windows on it, but I can't find our installation drive, so I think we will have to end it there. The PC is up, it's running, it's beautiful. The Y70 Touch looking really good, all of the components that we've got going on in here. Big thanks again to Hyte for sending out the Y70 Touch. We'll have a video coming out on this shortly. Also thanks to Galax for sending over the Hydro 4090. And then big thanks to me for finding the rest of the components to piece it all together. Good job, Brett. Tried Linux? Nope. No.